Hello. Right, I think it's about time that we wrapped up this little mini series about how we can make a product, we can share and distribute our products, but also we can sell our products. And this is the part three of a three-part series, and I'm going to be covering how I take payment for the things I make. I'm the inventor of these 3D printed interactive mixtapes. You basically tap them with your phone and they will call up a curated playlist. I'm going down the disco route because we've got to save our discos, and yeah, these are what I've been making, and hopefully you've been following my journey. I hate that word, journey, on how I made these, how I built a website in the last video, and now we're going to look at payment, as I said. So let's just crack on. Let's go. Before we look at the payments, I just have to tell you about the cardboard boxes I found. I found these little jewellery boxes, and they are just the perfect fit. The perfect fit for my cassette tapes. So here, this is what I'm going to use for my packaging. I was a bit worried that I might have to resize the cassette tape, and then it wouldn't, the NFC tag wouldn't fit very well inside. But they're the perfect fit. And as you saw, I've got a receipt printer, and they are just the coolest things ever. And I'm just printing out the leaflets to go inside, as well as the outside packaging. So I'm keeping the absolute cost down to a minimum, but ensuring that they look kind of nice. Right, so thanks to my previous video, we now have a hosted website at minimal cost. And we have slowly looked at how we piece together a website. So I've got a bit of an introduction, an example video. Video, by the way, just helps so much on a website. It really tells the visitor so much more information than you can write. So I recommend putting a little video on there. But what we're really interested in is how we take payment for what we sell. And I've looked at various platforms. Basically, I've got a physical product that I'd like to sell individually. I would also like to set up subscriptions for these mixtapes. So every month, people get a mixtape with different playlists. But also, I'd like the opportunity for people to submit their own songs that they would like to put on a mixtape as well. Now, all that is quite straightforward, but finding a package or a service which is able to accommodate all three of those, the individual purchase, the subscription, and the requests, was a bit tricky. I've previously used Patreon. I still use Patreon to sell my games. Visit my game club for more details. But it doesn't quite work with physical products. But what I did find was one called Ko-fi. And Ko-fi, it's a bit clunky, but I think it's going to work. So I've got the merch stand section on our website here for the mixtapes, and we've got the option to purchase, and we've got the option to subscribe. So I'm just going to click into the purchase, and it takes us into Ko-fi. So a little store description, same video, and one-off payment of £8. Don't get me started on pricing. I'm having an absolute nightmare on how to price these things. I've no idea. I've no idea. I don't want to get rich off these things. I don't want to fleece people, but it needs to be fair. And I'm having a real problem pricing it. But at the minute, at the point of recording, it is £8 per cassette tape. Yeah, with £2.50 postage. So Ko-fi will allow you to set up individual products, physical products to sell. Obviously, they take a cut, they take their commission, but I think this is going to do it. So if I go back to the mixtape web page, I've got a subscription here. So I can click on the subscribe, and it takes me to the £10 a month mixtape subscription. So as it says here, every month you'll receive a unique interactive 3D printed cassette tape in a random vibrant colour with your 8-track playlist already on it. Now, it is slightly more expensive than the individual product, and that's because the postage was a bit of an issue. So with an individual product, I can add on postage, like we saw, that extra £2.50. For the subscription, couldn't quite work out or find where to add the postage on. So I've got to increase my fees slightly to cover the postage. But as a sweetener, I'm bundling up some little added extras just to hopefully convince more people to subscribe. So they not only get their 3D printed mixtape and playlist as usual, they'll also get a 3D printed disco ball stand. So I thought, with all these mixtapes coming into their possession, they're going to need some way to display them. So I've designed a little disco ball type stand for each cassette. So those stands will go out with every subscription order. And I've also put together some really cool stickers as well, and some have arrived the other day, and everyone loves everyone loves stickers. So yeah, so hopefully I've added a few sweeteners to help convince people to go down the subscription route. So at the minute I've just got purchasing and subscribing, but also in Ko-fi there is a commission section, and that's my job to do later on today, to look at how the commission section works. Because at the end of the day, I'd love people to order one of these mixtapes and put in their own tracks that they would like. Maybe it's for a gift for somebody, or they just want it for their own personal use. They can click on the commissions, load up or write down what songs they would like, and I can do the rest. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be exploring later on. Right, so it looks like I found the platform which does all three. I am sure there are other platforms out there that you can probably let me know. I'll be really interested in. But one thing I would say is, if you go trawling YouTube for people who are making thousands and thousands of dollars and pounds from what they make, mostly digital, I would take it with a little pinch of salt, I think. So I've tried to make this video as honest as possible. We'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes. I've just realised I haven't shown you the stickers. These are the one sticker design that came in the post. These were little round stickers for our subscribers. So you get stickers, you get this disco ball sort of themed. I prototype in pink because I just have loads and loads of pink. So pink is my prototyping colour. And the idea is we take our mixtape. There is a little slot underneath, as you'll see. That's where the NFC tag gets glued in. You could probably see the NFC tag maybe if I'm no. Anyway, it's in there. So I'm left with this little hole. So it's sort of, yeah, it sort of solves a problem that I didn't know I had in the fact that what am I going to do with this ugly slot? Well, you can slot it in onto the stand, and there you have your disco ball stand. So the idea is to print these in more vibrant colours to go out for subscribers. Yeah. So you saw the website. I actually bought a URL for it, and you can visit it at rocketmixtapes.co.uk. I left it as generic as possible so that maybe we don't want to go down the disco route, or keep the disco theme tapes in that little section, but they build another section for something else, maybe another genre. I don't know. So I didn't buy a URL that specifically had disco in it. I just kept it rocket themed, because everything I do is rocket themed. Don't know why. I can't remember why. It's just one of these things that's stuck over the years. So rocketmixtapes.co.uk. Anyway, and there you go. We will see how it goes. I don't know. I'm happy either way. It's been a really interesting exercise, and it's just nice just to do honest videos to try and inspire people to do the same, because I come across people with great ideas and they make fantastic things, but then just get lost or try something and it just all fizzles out, and that's such a shame. if I can make this project cross the finishing line, I am certain that you guys can as well. So keep persevering, good luck, and yeah, thanks for watching.